Military is set to enlist Forrest Gumps to attract recruits. Is this going to be a problem? Hello, this is Chart GPT Today. Yeah, there's been a lot of reports out there how the military aren't meeting their recruitment goals, and so the reports are that they're going to lower some of the standards. Some people made the comical suggestion that they're going to be enlisting Forrest Gumps. Of course, Forrest Gump was a famous movie quite a few decades ago actually, and it was about a person with, shall we say, less than having all his marbles in terms of intelligence, but had a golden heart kind of a movie, had a good ending. Anyway, so is this what's going on? First of all, let's take a look at the military and its personnel that it's got. And it's running around a little over a million, according to their budgeting and everything. So it's kind of declined since the highs of the, shall we say, the Gulf Wars there in the 2008 to 2015 period. Here's kind of a breakdown between the different services: Air Force, Marines, Navy, and Army. We'll split there, mostly Army and Navy. Here's a chart on Army Reserve. It's running around a couple 100,000. National Guard's running around 300,000. So there's more to be there in terms of military firepower, in terms of personnel. One thing of note here I mentioned on the other chart was that only about 20% of these folks are actually in combat position. Most are in support, logistics, etc., etc. Military enlistments have reached a 40-year low in 2020. You can see there the applicants have gone down, newly enlistments have gone down, so obviously this has become a problem. Here's kind of a chart of the recent military empty ranks. Army short 10,000, Navy short 6,000, Air Force 10,000, 10% missing, 100%, but Marine Corps, oddly enough, has done very well. Coast Guard down 25%. Space Force has gone up. Everybody wants to be in the Space Force. So you get into some of the politics of this. Here's a dispersion by race. Black folks seem to be both. You see the women aren't so excited about going into the military, but black recruitment seems to be pretty good, as well as Hispanic. Most it's white Republicans versus Democrats. So kind of interesting that white Democrats don't want to enlist, but white Republicans do. Does that mean they're less patriotic, or they just don't want to do it? So that's probably where their biggest problem is. And even the fact that they've gone woke, military's gone woke, it still hasn't gotten them any new recruits from the white Democrat area. So that's interesting to figure out why's on that. Here's some of the requirements. I won't go into these, but you can read them. You can slow the video down and take a snapshot of that and see for yourself the different requirements. There's some links in the post link in the description box. You can follow that and then go into specifics. There's a website to see whether you qualify or not. One thing they could do to solve some of the enlistment problem is for retention. You can see there the charts on retention. They could probably widen that out a little bit more to get people to stay on. In terms of pay, according to this study from Heritage, that the military pay is very reasonable compared to private industry. Well, it has been down a little bit, but it's now pretty much in par, so it's not necessarily a pay problem. Here's kind of a chart that's probably most interesting here. In 2020, qualified military available, only 23% of the people ready to be recruited are available or even qualified. Overweight is a big one. Drug abuse, medical, physical, mental health, age, conduct, dependent only. So there's a lot of issues there. But 77% of the potential folks that could be in the military are just simply not qualified. So this is why they're going to try to lower the qualifications to recruit more folks into the military. Here's a poll in terms of support for the draft. It actually has been fairly steady over the years. The support of it is no, but yes, it's obviously more. Nobody likes the draft, but it hasn't really fluctuated that much. Now, however, recent times, Gen Z is. There's a lot of videos out there saying I'm not going to be drafted. There's a lot of rumors that they're going to start the draft. I don't think so. But anyway, they think it is. It's kind of getting them scared a little bit. 56% see no need for the draft. 31% would actively resist the draft. And that's your Gen Z. Is that a lack of patriotism, or is that just kind of the me? We call the Millennials the millennial, maybe the Gen Z is me generation. Here's kind of the chief reasons why. Possibility of physical injury or death. Yeah, 70%. So they're scared. PTSD, so they're worried about themselves, leaving family, and achieving personal interest. So there's kind of the reasons why they don't want to join. So they tend to be the people that don't want to join are Democrats, and those youth are scared, I guess. Maybe they have a reason to be. In any case, they're lowering the standards. That being said, Forrest Gump turned out to be a hero, even though he was probably low. They didn't make the standards, but he certainly turned out to be a hero. So there you go. It's kind of a good ending story. Give us your take. Will lowering the enlistment standards become a problem for the U.S. military? And check out the AI, the pros and cons of changing the requirements for having a national service or a draft. I suspect this isn't the main reason for the military to not have personnel. I think there's probably other reasons. I don't think these numbers are huge, but anyway, it's an issue. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe.